Hi, friends. I'm Dave Barklow, pastor at Fort Walton Beach First United Methodist Church. Welcome to the Pastor Study, our daily devotional to help us focus our minds on the things of God. We are taking a brief tour through Jesus' parables together. I'm taking the 12 parables that Dr. Ellsworth Callis writes about in his book, Parables from the Backside. Very interesting. We actually found out that some of our snowbirds, friends with a Callis family this past week, and that's kind of exciting. Also a little intimidating, to be honest. So in case any of these get forwarded, but I really appreciate Dr. Callis's understanding and insight into the parables. So today we're going to be looking together at two parables from Luke chapter 15, verses 1 through 10. Now all the tax collectors and sinners were coming to listen to him. And the Pharisees and the scribes were grumbling and saying, "This fellow welcomes sinners and eats with them." So he told them this parable. "Which one of you, having 100 sheep and losing one of them, does not leave the 99 in the wilderness and go after the one that is lost until he finds it? When he has found it, he lays it on his shoulders and rejoices. And when he comes home, he calls together his friends and neighbors, saying to them, 'Rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep that was lost.' Just so I tell you, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who need no repentance. Or what woman, having 10 silver coins, if she loses one of them, does not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? When she has found it, she calls together her friends and neighbors, saying, 'Rejoice with me, for I have found the coin that I had lost.' Just so I tell you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents." This idea that Jesus uses here is something that we all go through, right? We've all lost something and then been very happy once we were able to find it. I go through this, it seems, at least once a week with my keys, where I can't find my keys. I put them somewhere crazy. Maybe a child grabbed them, and they got put somewhere, and I find them, hopefully just in time to get to wherever I'm supposed to be getting. We know that feeling of something lost being found. The interesting insight that Dr. Callis brings to us is the idea here where it talks about that the angels rejoice in the presence of God. He makes this brilliant observation, I think. Says that angels probably aren't the best people to party with over salvation. Angels don't understand salvation. They don't understand sin. They don't understand the need to be saved like human beings do. And so why is it that the angels are the ones that that are rejoicing? And Dr. Callis here says, "I'm afraid that sometimes there are people in church who don't feel very glad that a soul has returned to God. Like the Pharisees of Jesus' day, who were the addressees of these parables, they're skeptical of God's taste and bothering with such questionable persons. Or they feel so uncomfortable with people of this sort that they wish they hadn't come into church." See, the Pharisees of Jesus' day had decided who was in and who was out, who were good and who were bad. And as other people have observed, is that they really weren't looking to save those sinners. They were really just hoping that God would make them go away. And here Jesus shows up, who welcomes the sinner, who enjoys their company, and whose ultimate gives his life so that they may be saved and brought into the fold. Too often, Dr. Callis observes that we as Christians, as religious people, sometimes we're more worried about it. He makes the observation, do we rejoice as much at a convict who just got out of prison coming into our church as we do when the local banker does? Jesus here says that the church is about finding the lost people and celebrating them when they find a relationship with Jesus Christ. I pray that we can all be about that as God's people. Friends, remember, I love you. Take care of yourselves and shine the light of Christ.